Alright, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to say Call Halayim, Wa Hawajim, La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Makal Kodash. Double honor to my apostle under the great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's pushing this word in all righteousness and sincerity. And Shalom to you confusion faith brothers that's pushing this word also, and they believe that you are Israelites according to the Spirit. Alright, Shalom. Okay, this is the brother Amon from the GMS Charlotte camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And a lesson I want to get on today, man, just a little quick, something I put together, through the spirit, just speaking about how, we have to have our minds brainwashed, in order to cleanse away all the filth and madness that Esau has brought us up in, man, because, in this world, man, we were brought up in lies, filthiness, pretty much all the wrong ways that the Bible speaks about not being. Esau brought us up in, man. So in order for us to get back onto that path of righteousness, man, we have to be cleansed through the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, so that we can have that clean conscience unto him and come back to him in true sincerity, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna go right into the scriptures. I'm gonna begin here at 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 1, and it reads, "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophet, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior." Right. So, that the first step that we have to that was the Lord said He was going to do to us, man, is stir up our pure minds and remembrance, man. Remembering that we were first and foremost that we were Hebrew Israelites, that we're not black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. That Yahweh and Yahweh Shah are His true names. Bringing everything about this truth back to our remembrance, man. Because in order for us to be our minds to be stirred up, man, we had to know this at some point. So, us understanding this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, gives us that hope that we were those men that was in the ancient world pushing this word throughout our different past lives, man. So the Lord says He's gonna stir up our pure minds and remembrance. That's why you have the teachers out on the highways and byways out there to educate us, man. That's why we're out here for, man. And that word educate means to bring out, man, because that's what this word is doing. It's bringing out the truth that was lying dormant in us for a point until Yahweh Bashim Yahushua deemed it the time to bring it back out, man. And that's the time that we're living in. These last days. That's why the men on the highways and byways are out there pushing this word to the fullest extent. Throughout the internet, man. Because we see the times are drawing near, and it's time for the elect to wake up. It says that you may be mindful of the words which were spoken before the holy prophets, and the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, right? Because these words are the first, are the first and only steps that we need to cleanse our minds, man. Because we can't go to the so-called white man for answers on this truth, man. Because he's lied to us since he came into the power seat, man. Since he stripped us of our nationalities, man. So with that being known, the Lord, had His men set up, and like all of us at one point in time, man, whether it was starting with our apostle elders on down, or whatever brother that's in your city that's camping, he had all of us come across the videos, or even in person, the brothers that was out there, and we heard the word, and it supped with our spirit, and it stirred up something in us that we had to go, and do research, and ultimately, brought us to the point where we're at now, where you got the brothers out here, like myself, that's pushing this word, man, because we know this is the truth, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he put that back in our remembrance, man, But in order for you to accept that, first and foremost, man, you have to humble yourself, man. Because, like I said, man, we've been fed lies our whole lives, man. So myself, for an example, I've been on this earth for 26 years, you know, 24 of them years, man. You know, I was in the world into all these different philosophies trying to find the truth, man, you know. And I was into everything thinking that there was a truth until I came across this word, you know, through another brother, you know. And from that point on, man, you know, I had my mom, you know, baptized, baptizing me with this word and brainwashed all of the bad shit out of my mind, because none of that knowledge that I learned before this truth was really beneficial, because it was all lies, man. You know, our people go to school for 12, 14, 16, 20 plus years, man. Get these degrees, you know, do all this study and all these different philosophies for no reason, because ultimately you're not learning anything that's going to benefit you for your salvation, that's going to benefit your power, man, because our whole purpose in this life is to serve Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. And if we're not doing that, we're not living up to our full potential. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, because Yahweh Hashem Al Shai had a purpose for his men, the Israelites. You know, we're meant to govern the world, but thanks to Esau, we've been, you know, made everything but that. You know, we're just pretty much just the wickedest thing on the earth now, man. You know, and that's not by design. That was all. I mean, it's like that's not by coincidence, man. That was all by design, thanks to the so-called white man, you know, the devil. Okay, but like I said, man, you have to humble yourselves and let the word, you know, wash away all the madness on that from this world. So I'm gonna give this to you. This is Matthew chapter 18 verse 1. It says, and at that same time came the disciples unto Yahweh Shah, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahweh Shah called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them. And he said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Okay? And that's, you know, pretty clear, man. You know, you have to humble yourself to the understanding of a little child, man, because, you know, a little child doesn't know anything, man. You know, he has to be molded and brought up in the way of the things he's trying to learn. And that's the same way we have to approach this truth, like, man. You know, we have to let go of all the things we knew, you know, prior to this truth, and humble ourselves and present ourselves as babes unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You know, like a child, his mind is like a sponge absorbing everything. That's the same way we have to be with this truth, man. You know, it says, "You shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven." Right. So if you don't humble yourselves, man, ultimately that's showing pride unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because you think you know something, man. You know, and it says that you won't enter into the kingdom of heaven if you refuse to humble yourself, man, and be learned over again, man. You know, it's like you're taught over again, man. Because like I said, our people think they know everything, man. But at the end of the day, if they don't know this word, they don't know anything, man. And that's the mind state of 2/3 of our people. You know, they refuse to do that. But the elect, we're gonna humble ourselves, man. Lord willing, you know, we be them men. But that's the mind state we have to take on as a little child, man. You know, it says, "Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven," man. And that's going to show forth whenever we're in the kingdom, man, because the elect are the only ones that are humbling themselves on this side, man. So we're being shown to be wise in this world, man, because the Lord is supping with us, giving us more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, ultimately building us up to become the kings and priests that he made us to be, man. So when we're in the kingdom of heaven, man, it's going to be different layers, you know, and the ones that chose to humble themselves on this side are going to be higher up than, you know, the rest of Israel, man. Because the elect, you know, the elect are going to be on a different status than your average Israelite, even though we're all going to be, you know, living in style and riches and everything. We're going to be the greatest people on the earth, but it's still going to be levels to this thing, you know. But verse 5 says, "Whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me." All right, and like I said, man, the ones that present themselves as little children are gonna receive Yahweh Shah, man, because that them humbling themselves are showing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah that they're willing to be taught over again, man. You know, that's that humility that they're showing, because we all yearn for this truth before we found it, and now that we found it, we sincerely have to show the Lord that, you know, we don't know anything. So with that being said, you know, teach us as much as we can handle, you know. And that's the mentality that you have to have, because like I said, man, a little child doesn't know anything. He's like a sponge. He's gonna soak up everything, but you have to start. You have to start at the bottom, though, man. You know, you have to start, you know, learning over from the basics, the milk. You know, how the Lord is a so-called black man. You know, that the true Israelites are so-called brown or so-called black. You know, we're not black. We're brown. You know, different shades of brown, man. You know that the Israelites are so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Not all the tribes are black, you know, or so-called black. Okay, different things like that. You know, after a while of, you know, we going into the milk, and you sup with the Lord's going to allow you to open up even more, to receive more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, which is going to allow you to understand more deeper things of the scriptures, which such as like the dark parables, you know, the different breakdowns, you know, and so forth, which is considered the meat of the scriptures, man, because a baby isn't born into this world eating meat, man. You know, he starts off on his mother's milk, eventually goes into, you know, soft food, you know, and then after a while, you know, after when he's old enough and can handle it, that's when he begins to get on the meat, man, you know. So that's the same way we have to take it in this truth, man. Like I said, man, it's baby steps, it's levels that you have to ascend to, man, that the Lord allows it, all right? So that's the same way you have to approach this, man, okay? You're not supposed to come into this truth thinking you know everything, man, because that right there is showing pride, man. And that's one of the things the Lord hates, okay? So you have to let go of all that pride, man, and all the knowledge that you have in this world, man, so that the Lord can learn you again, man, okay? All right, this is Romans 14:5. It says, one man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. And this is the point. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Okay? So like I said, man, you know, you out there on you come across this truth, man. You know, you have to be fully persuaded in your own mind. You can't just believe it because we tell you this is the truth, man. You know, you have to actually go and do the research for yourself and ask the Lord to open up your understanding so that you can be fully persuaded in your own mind, man. You know, and the way the Lord does that, man, is he opens your understanding up, man. You know, I'm gonna get this. This is precept, Revelation 3:20. Excuse me. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me." Right? Because the Lord says he will stand at the door and knock. That's talking about the door of your mind, man. You know, and that knocking is when you come across this truth, man. You know, when you hear the brothers on the whether it be on the highways or, you know, you come across the videos, man. You know, when that your spirit begins to get stirred up, man, that's the Lord knocking to you. And it says, if any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. Right? So whenever you you know, seek for this truth, you know, you begin to actively, you know, search, see this, if this is the truth or not, man. You know, you pray to the Lord to open up your understanding, man. He says he's gonna come in and sup with you, man. You know, he's gonna open you up, man. He's gonna allow this truth to be immersed up in you, and ultimately, you know, convert you over to this truth and begin that washing away of all this of all the lies, all the madness of this world, man. Okay. And how was that done? That's done by the words, man. Okay. This is Ephesians 5:26, and it reads that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, man. All right, this word is the true baptism, man. You know, you are getting your brain washed of all the filth. Okay, You are beginning to be, you know, washed in not washed. It's like you begin to be cleansed of this filthy world, man, and being clean into you know, righteousness, man. You know, you getting all that wickedness washed out of you. Okay, because this world doesn't benefit you in no type of way, man. Because it's not the knowledge of this place is crap. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 3:19. Talking verse 18. It says, "Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seems to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise." Right? It says, "Let no man deceive himself," man. If you deem yourself wise in this world, man, it says, "Let him become a fool that he may become wise," man. You gotta let go of all the knowledge of this place, man. You know, it doesn't matter if you know the distance to the sun, man. You know, doesn't matter that you know you went to theology school, man. Doesn't matter that you went to college and all that. All that madness doesn't mean nothing, man. All that matters is if you know this word, man. You know. So if you consider yourself wise in this world, man, you have to become a fool for Yahweh Bashem Shah's sake, man. You know, let go of all that madness and begin that renewing of your mind, man. That brainwashing, you know, the righteous brainwash, man. Because this world brainwashes your mind with filth. So you have to let the Lord wash your mind with the water, which is the living water, which is this word, man. Okay. It says, verse 19, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. For it is written that he taketh the wise in their own craftiness." Right, because like I said, the wisdom of this world is foolishness, man. Because this world doesn't teach you on how to be righteous, man. This world teaches you on how to be the biggest faggot, how to be the biggest thief, liar, pretty much how to be a Satanist, how to be a homo, you know, any and everything under the sun except for how to be a righteous man or woman, you know. Doesn't teach you how to you know, heal yourself with the herbs that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has gave you. This world teaches you how to abuse, and you know, pretty much you only live once, and that Aleister Crowley, you know, do as thou wilt spirit, pretty much leading you on to death, man. But the Lord is you know, He has to show you on how to be righteous, again, and pretty much, you know, show you how to live the right way, so that we can actually live, man. Because in this world, man, we're dying, man. It's a miracle that we're still alive with all the madness that's going on in this place, man. You know, it's crazy, but at the end of the day, it's all due to the grace of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the mercy, because the Lord is allowing this word to wash over us, you know, and you know, beginning to form that new man that we have to put on, man. Letting go of that filthiness, man. Okay. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. And it reads, "Let us draw near with a true heart and assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water." Right. It says, "Let us draw near with a true heart," which, you know, the heart means the Hebrew word "lav," which means your mind. It said, "Let your heart be drew." It said, "Let us draw near with a true heart, with true mind, and full assurance of faith, having our minds sprinkled from an evil conscience." Man, so we have to have our minds brought back in that right estate, man. You know, getting rid of all these wickedness that we were brought up in, and says, "And our bodies washed with the pure water," man, which is this word. You know, this word is the true water, man. It's the true cleansing agency for our spirits, man. You know. Excuse me. It says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for He is faithful to that promise." All right, because the promise that He said He was going to do, man, He was going to cleanse us, you know, and bring us back unto Him, man. You know, and that's exactly what we're seeing, man. You got brothers waking up all across the four corners of the world, you know, proclaiming that we're Israelites, man. That Yahweh Shema is our power, and that's what we're seeing, man. We're letting go of this wicked ass world, and coming back to our power, man, in hopes that we're gonna be saved out of this filthy place whenever it's destroyed. Okay. And I'm gonna get this last scripture. This is Saint John chapter 15 verse 3, and it says, "Now you are, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you." All right, and that's how we become clean, by letting this water wash over us, man. You know, letting this water brainwash us in the righteous way, so that we can become, you know, clean vessels unto Yahweh Shem El Shah, man. That's the only way that you're gonna, you know, you're gonna be able to come back to Him, if you seek Him in righteousness and allow His Word to baptize you, man. Okay. So, you know, Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying, you know, because at the end of the day, man, that's all what we seek is to be cleansed in the eyes of the Lord, man. So, you know, I pray that lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Makar Kodash. Double honors to my apostle elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, man. Shalom.